April 18, 2015, from the Toyota Center in Houston, Texas. It was game one from round one of the 2015 NBA playoffs between the Dallas Mavericks and the Houston Rockets. And if you liked offense, this was the game for you. In the first quarter, it was all Houston as they jumped out to a 13-point lead, as it was 32-19 after the first quarter. But then in the second quarter, the Mavericks fought back, and Dirk Nowitzki hit a J with a little over 3 minutes left to make it 46-44 as the Mavericks took the lead for the first time in this game. So then Houston responded. They came right back. Trevor Ariza was phenomenal in this game. Then Rajon Rondo hit a three-pointer to make it 49-48. But it was just really tight back and forth. And James Harden would end up going to the line. He did a couple of free throws, and that put Houston back in the lead. And then he would go back to the line again and extend the lead. Actually, he would tie it back up, give them back to lead once again for the second time in about 20 seconds. And then Trevor Ariza with a big three-pointer with about 10 seconds left before halftime to make it 59-55. So the Rockets went into the locker room at halftime up by 4. As the Mavericks had clawed their way back in it. But then in the second half, in the third quarter, Houston would keep the Mavericks at a distance. And after 3, it was 84-77. So they were up by 7 points heading into the fourth. But then they would extend their lead to double digits. About 8 minutes left in the game, Corey Brewer hit a big three-pointer to make it 93-83. Rajon Rondo responded with the J to make it back to an 8-point game. But then moments later, he got another 2 points. He got a layup with about 7 minutes left, and that made it a 6-point game. It was as close as the Mavericks had been since the first half. But then Terrence Jones gets a couple free throws, and then Corey Brewer hits another three-pointer, and that would make an 11-point lead for the Rockets. And then a couple minutes later, with about 5 minutes left, Corey Brewer hits his third three-pointer in a row of shots that he took. He just nailing three-pointers, three three-pointers in 3 minutes for Corey Brewer, and it was now a 10-point lead once again for the Rockets. They would keep their lead to double digits, even though the Mavericks kept fighting back. Villanueva hit a couple big three-pointers, but it'd be too little too late, and the game came to a close. The final score, Houston 118, Dallas 108. So the Rockets take game one of this series. They had tons of offense in this game. Both teams saw all 5 starters score in double digits. 36 points off the bench for Houston and 32 points off the bench for the Mavericks. So both teams getting 30-plus points from their benches. And as I said, all 5 starters on both squads scored in double digits, and each team had a member of their starting 5 go for a double-double. And for the Rockets, it was Trevor Ariza, as he had 12 points, 11 boards, 6 assists, and 3 steals. And for Dallas, it was Tyson Chandler, who had 11 points and 18 rebounds. He also had 2 steals and a block in this game. For the Rockets, though, Trevor Ariza, as I said, had a double-double. James Harden was the leading scorer for Houston. He also tied Dirk for the leading scorer in the game, as they both put up 24 points. And Harden also had a double-double as well, as he had 11 assists to go with those 24 points. He had 2 rebounds and a steal as well. Terrence Jones, 19 points, 9 boards, 6 assists, and a steal. So he's just 1 board shy of a double-double to make it 3 Rockets. How crazy would that have been? Dwight Howard had 11 points in this game, 5 boards and a steal. And Jason Terry had 16 points, 4 boards, 1 assist, and 2 steals to round out the starting 5. They had 7 players scoring double digits. As I said, they had 36 points off the bench, 15 of which went to Corey Brewer. He was 3 for 4 from three-point land. He also had an assist as well. Josh Smith had 11 points off the bench and 7 boards, 1 assist, a steal, and 2 blocks. Clint Capela also had 8 points and 6 boards and 2 blocks off the bench. And Pablo Prigioni, he had 2 points and 2 steals as well off the bench. And for the Mavericks, Dirk had 24 points to be their leading scorer with 8 boards, 2 assists. As I said, Tyson Chandler with that double-double, 11 points and 18 rebounds. Chandler Parsons, 10 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. Monta Ellis, 16 points, 4 assists, 2 steals, and a block. Rajon Rondo, 15 points and 5 assists in the game. And they also had 7 players in double digits as 2 players off the bench came up with double digits as Amari Stoudemire had 10 points, 5 rebounds, and 1 assist. And J.J. Brewer had 12 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists in the game. The real difference for Houston, though, was their ability to go to the free throw line as they just kept driving, and they were a real force in the paint, but they went to the free throw line 45 times in this game. They shot 32 for 45 from the free throw line for just a percentage of 71.1% versus 82.4% for the Mavericks, but the Mavericks only got to the line 17 times. So more than twice as many free throws for the Rockets. They almost made 3 times as many free throws. And that was the really big difference in this game. So the final score in Game 1 from Houston, Rockets 118, Mavericks 108.